and look at me all over like this great state of Ohio or whatever. And we finally get there, and she's like, no, it's too late. And then she goes and like, she goes to see her ex-boyfriend, which is cool. You know what I mean? Like, this wasn't a date, but it's like, why though? You know?
Yeah.
And it was just a little odd. And then she's like, well, what do you want to do now? I was like, all right, well, I want to head back home. Like, that's what I want to do. And she's like, well, let's go out to the bars. I was like, no, I don't want to. I want to go home. And so I finally, like, decided, like, you know what? I want to drive. Oh, all this is while she's driving. So I end up reclaiming the driver's seat. And I'm driving, and I'm going back home, and I'm getting, like, really, really frustrated. And she keeps, like, prodding me. And she's like, what's wrong? And I finally, like, just, like, blow up on her. And I told her, you know what? You used me. You waste my time because the most important person in my life is myself. And you wasted my time. Yeah, maybe that sounds a little, what's the word?
Selfish.
But it's true. Like, I'm with myself every second of every day for the rest of my life. Like, why shouldn't I be the most important person in my life, right?
Right.
And so she ends up, like, crying hysterically. And I was like, dude, like, come on, pull yourself together. You need to calm down.
See, I think, like, I do know this girl, and I think that's her way of trying to make it not her fault. Like, she's like, oh, let me just start crying so you'll feel bad for me and then you'll forget how mad you are. Even though she did waste your time and she used you, and she, like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be friends and you're really just going to do that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
I don't know, man. She was nuts. We're about to lose music here, by the way, so whoever's listening or whoever reviews this segment, I'm sorry. But I literally cannot get back to the program. So we're just going to go dry here. Yep.
Uh-oh. Well, that's what happens sometimes. See, we live in a world full of technology, and then when technology refuses to work, you're kind of just done.
Right.
And so that's the problem with being so dependent on it.
Anyways, tell me a story about you being underappreciated.
Well, that happens every single day at work, I think, because the people that work hard are the ones that get thrown into situations that really should be reserved for lazy people.
Right.
Because you have a handful of lazy people, you have a handful of hard workers, and yet it's the hard workers that are always getting the short end of the stick because management knows the hard workers are the ones that are going to get it done. And I'm like, well, that's unfair. Like, how does that make sense? You know, oh, well, here's the people that actually do something. Let's just put more on them rather than making the lazy people actually do their jobs.
Right.
Like, how does that make sense? So, yeah, I feel like I always get underappreciated just because I work. I'm like, that's not fair.
No, you really do. And I can speak, through experience working with you, but I know, like, for a fact, people will lower their output when you're around because they know that you'll take care of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm not, like you, specifically you, Amber.
Yeah.
They will not work as hard because they're like, oh, Amber has it. Who cares about this? I'll just focus on my tables or whatever. She'll handle all the other work, all the side work because, it's Amber and she'll do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's literally what always happens. They're like, well, I'm not going to do it because I know Weller's going to get around to it. Like, Weller will do it. I'm like, you know what? I don't get paid to do it either. So,
right.
In case you were unaware, we both have the same job. We both have the same title here. We're both supposed to equally split this work up according to each person, yet I'm doing everything and you're doing nothing, and I'm nice enough to not blow up.
Right.
And call you out and say, dude, you're lazy and I'm not doing your work for you anymore. Like, you're not leaving until you do it. And I get so close to saying that sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? Is it worth it? No, because it just causes drama. And then the next time you work with that person, it's just awkward. I'm like, I would rather, whatever. I'll burn 5 more calories from lifting things that they're not lifting. So,
yeah,
whatever. I'll just look at it that way.
Yeah. We could go forever about chicks. And you know what? That might be what we have to do because, still working on getting this thing to work.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. What's the matter with this computer?
So give me your very worst story, waitressing story.
Wow, where to even start?
Yeah,
Now, I will say this, though. Most people, I think, when they complain about, which there's a plethora of things to complain about in the serving industry.
Right.
I feel like most people are like, "Oh, your customers are difficult, right?" And I'm like, I mean, yes, they get annoying a lot of times and they drive you insane a lot of times. They make you angry, but I think the worst thing is just the job. Like, it's literally the stress of having to do like 18 things at once, and you can't be in every place at once, and that's like the worst thing about it. It's like not just the tables and the people you're dealing with. Like, and for the most part, I do get along with our coworkers. Like, there's no one that I'm just like, oh, I hate working with this person. You know, there's no one that I really like hardcore dislike. I would say, but it's really just the stress of having to do so much. Like, it's just things stacked on top of each other, and you're like, I can't even, like, I don't even know where to. I hate that overwhelming feeling of I don't even know where to start.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
I feel like it's happening right now with this not working.
I'm trying to like keep it cool, but I'm like, honestly, like, why?
I don't understand.
It's so annoying. Just close the window. Like, that's all I want to happen is for this freaking window to close, and it's not going to close. God, it's so annoying. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a quick little break. You know what? Even if this pulls up, that'd be cool. So I guess I'm just going to have to restart the entire thing.
Oh, goodness.
The computer. So, for those of you who are listening, if you are listening, actually, if you're listening, you might as well just call 614-636-5601. That's 614-636-5601.
Or you can text.
Or you can text. Just let us know how you think, whatever. Let us know how the show's going, and you know, if you see a smoke cloud or something somewhere, that's probably us burning. So please keep it locked. We're going to figure this out. WUDG Underground Columbus.